Hello and welcome to PSM Speak. The two major political parties, the contenders in the 2024 elections, as you know, is the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party and Congress. Who is going to win? They have their own expectations. But about the likelihood or their expectations and their basis, I want to make another video on that. But in this video, what is it that they are going to do if they come into power? If Congress gets into power, what is it is promising to the people, which we can see through their election manifesto. So is the BJP, what is it going to do? BJP is in power and we have been observing its policies, programs and what it did and what it didn't do. And its manifesto, we will go into the details a bit later, says that it continues with the same policies which it has been pursuing. But because the Congress is not in power, what the Congress is assuring to the people, are our lives going to impact with the assurances what the Congress is giving? So first we will go into detail quickly and briefly the manifesto of Congress party, and later we will go to the manifesto of the BJP. Congress has given its guarantees in 10 broad areas: equity, youth, women, farmers, workers, defending the constitution, economy, federalism, national security and environment. So specifically, what are the guarantees? Among them, which are more important for us? In the area of education, employment, economy, let's look at the important or what we consider salient points in the manifesto. Under equity, it says it's going to conduct the socio-economic and caste survey. Nothing wrong in this. And also it is required to treat any disease. One needs to diagnose the disease first to know that the state of the people, their lives, and how many are from what community, what caste, and what kind of support do they require. It's a good idea. There is no objection on this. Then the Congress party promises to raise the reservation ceiling for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, backward castes, other backward castes, above 50%, the existing. And then it also promises 10% reservation to the economically deprived and weak, with no regard to their caste or community. On the face of it, it appears that the reservations are really good. But the reservations, this 10% is in jobs and educational institutions. So are the reservations in the other area. Fine. But jobs is important. But where? In the organized sector employment. Of course, it wants to extend to the private sector, which is not there right now, in the organized sector. In the public sector, in the government sector, it is 3-4% of the total employment. If reservations are given, yes, there should be reservations, all right. That is not going to expand the employment opportunity to the people. One thing we should note here, reservations are essential until the social equality is established in the country. But there should also be a program, plan, strategy to ensure a situation where there will be no need for reservations, to transform our society to an equitable society, a society where there is no discrimination, which does not require reservation. We need to have a plan, policy. So that is not very clearly assured, we can say so. Then another promise in the Congress manifesto is abolish contractualization of regular jobs. An unfortunate situation we have been observing for decades, that the government, instead of directly recruiting, at least to the extent of the available vacancies, it is recruiting on contract basis. By doing so, those who are recruited, although they perform the same job as others, their counterparts on these jobs, they do not get proper salary, protection, social security. Their rights are ignored. In a way, it is an unlawful thing, illegality. So now the Congress government says that it is going to abolish this type of contractualization. The Congress tried to design a manifesto to encompass the needs of all the sections of the society: women, youth, senior citizens, farmers, even LGBTQIA+. In the area of health, it promises universal health care. The universal health care Rajasthan model up to 25 lakh rupees. Here we have an objection. The universal health care should be a universal health care in real sense. Any citizen in the country afflicted with any disease should get medical treatment without insisting on insurance or any other proofs or eligibility, ineligibility. That kind of promise is not seen. Coming to youth, needless to say the importance of the youth. The median age of the population is 28 years and there exists widespread unemployment. In the background, the Congress manifesto promises to bring right to apprenticeship act to benefit youth under 25 years with 1 lakh rupees remuneration to them per annum. This is to facilitate them to learn the skills required for various jobs. It's a good idea. And also it promises to fill all the 30 lakh vacancies in the central government, fast track course for quick justice in question paper leak cases. Promise should also be the measures required to prevent leakages. To prevent such things happening is more important than bringing a law. Is necessary, all right. At least the manifesto has identified this as a problem. Another promise to the youth is abolition of application fees, free education from class 1 to 12. But the education should also be universal, not limiting to a particular section or up to a particular level. And then the quality of education is more important than the spend. Teachers need to be trained. Trainers' training is important. The environment in the schools, educational institutions should be so conducive that the student should get attracted to go to the school. Another issue that the party should have focused on is the poverty. The root causes for the parents for not sending to the schools, besides the school environment, their poverty level. Unless that issue is addressed, the promises of scholarships, which the manifesto includes is not going to be of much benefit. For women under Mahalakshmi scheme, 1 lakh rupees a year to poor women, and 33% reservations. That 106 amendment to take effect from 2029. The Congress party wants to amend this to bring the change with immediate effect. A good idea. Then from 2025, 50% reservations to women in central government jobs. As we have seen, the jobs are not many, but still the principle, the idea is good. Here we should appreciate one thing. For women, safety, welfare, what is required is their economic independence. And for their safety and security, their presence everywhere commensurate to their number. Because women constitute 50% of the population, 50% of the women should be visible in every area, every office. Be it working as IPS officer, IAS officer, a clerk, or an auto rickshaw driver, whatever the activity, if women are seen, 50% of them in the economic activities, their participation is higher. Now the labor force participation of women is 25%, and Congress party says that going to work towards enhancing that participation is a good idea. So this we can take as a step in the direction of including 50% of women in every activity. A welcome step. I don't say that these 50% reservations in the central government jobs by itself is not going to bring this change, but this is indicative. For farmers, we see some 14 guarantees in the manifesto. Important among them, legal guarantee to minimum support price. A good idea. And crop insurance, farmer specific and farm specific. It's a good idea, all right. But the crop insurance scheme which we have been observing has been benefiting the private insurance sector more than the actual farmers. So the crop insurance scheme needs a thorough reform. Let's hope some reforms the party is suggesting, if it comes into power, I think it will focus on this also. And one more important guarantee to farmers is appointing a permanent commission on agricultural finance, on agricultural credit, and more particularly loan forbearance. Here we should focus on one thing. Each time elections, the political parties come with the promises of institutional loan waivers, but it should be on a permanent basis. I think that idea is seen in this appointment of permanent commission, but it should be clearer. There are examples on the possibility of the loan waivers as and when the farmers require. Take for example the United States of America, a capitalist country which relies on market forces mechanism. It has a loan waiver scheme, a permanent scheme called non-recourse loans. Among other things, it facilitates the loan waiver or relief to the farmer whenever there is crop failure or market failure or any kind of loss to the farmer. Farmer is not forced to repay. The details about that non-recourse loans I will make another video, alright. But given the will, there is scope to have a situation where the farmers can never be forced to pay back to the banks when their crops fail or when they are not able to pay for the reasons beyond their control. In the area of agriculture, Congress manifesto has taken everything related to the agriculture, as also the allied agricultural activities, including fisheries. There are 14 assurances for workers. The most important, in my view, among them is national minimum wage of 400 rupees. Similarly, NREGA increasing the wage to 400 rupees. Similarly, Congress has promised in several other areas like reforms in the judiciary, quick justice to the people and access to them, and defending the constitution. We have seen the examples of the governments violating the constitutional norms. Congress says that it is going to ensure the adherence to the constitution. In the area of economy as a whole, Congress says, and rightly so, the economic reforms were introduced by the Congress party in 1991. So already 33 years. Now the manifesto says that we need to relook at them and refine in such a way that the reform should take into account the economic progress should be growth with social justice, growth with employment, and the concerns like inflation, poverty should also form part of economic policy, not simply the growth. In the area of growth also, of course, it has criticized the BJP that the growth so far has been jobless, and it now wants growth with jobs. And growth also 1990-91, the estimate that the Congress manifesto has given. The GDP in 1991 in constant prices was 25 lakh crore. That was doubled to 50 lakh crore by 2003-04, which was further doubled to 100 lakh crore by 2013-14, and by 2023-24 it has gone up to 173 lakh crore, not doubled as promised by the BJP is the criticism. But the Congress party wants to ensure the faster growth of the economy. Unemployment is also a focus area because the party manifesto says that 10% of the people in the age group 15 to 29 are unemployed. And more worrisome, graduates under 25, 42.3% of them are unemployed. So high is the unemployment rate, educated unemployment. Similarly, those in the age group 30-34, 9.8% of them are unemployed. So employment is an important concern and guarantee. To start with, it however promises to fill in all the 30 lakh vacancies in the central government, plans to make the state governments and local bodies to fill all the vacancies in the government. So this was the Congress party's manifesto. Coming to the BJP manifesto, there are 24 guarantees in the name of Prime Minister Modi ji. Modi ki guarantee of Garib Parivarjan, middle classes, Nari, youth, Kisan, Shramik, Swasthya, quality education. So the BJP manifesto also focuses on all these areas like those Congress has focused on: farmers, youth, women, and so on. Specifically, it wants to continue free ration, which it has been giving from 2020 to 80 crore people, and this it wants to continue for another 5 years. And BJP also says free health care, talks of Ayushman Bharat up to 5 lakh rupees. Again, our complaint is the same, that it is limited not to everybody, So universal health care is not one thing that these political parties are very clearly guaranteeing us. Then PM Awas, housing to the poor is one area the BJP is focusing on, and also free electricity to the poor households. Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. More interestingly, BJP is focusing on the middle class houses, bringing necessary changes to the enactments like RERA, quality health, quality education, Lakpati Didis. So far 1 crore women were made Lakpatis. Now the promise is to make 3 crore women Lakpatis in the country, which means 3 lakh crore outlay. And it also focuses on the market access to the self-help group products, support to the self-help group women. And BJP also says it is going to bring a law to prevent the paper leakages. So no additional comment is here is necessary. That what we require is confidence to the youth that the frauds and corruption do not take place in conducting the examinations. So that assurance we do not see, but the government has identified that it is an area of concern. To that extent we are happy. Employment generation is also a focus. Manufacturing, infrastructure and investment, stepping up investment policies for higher investment in the private sector also. Then Kisan Samman Nidhi, Fasal Bima. Yes, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima introduced by BJP government, all right. But the flaws in that, the benefits going more to the private sector, which we have discussed a little while ago. That kind of promise we do not see in BJP's manifesto. While Congress says that there will be a law for minimum support price as per Swaminathan committee's recommendation, BJP doesn't say that it is going to bring a law to guarantee the minimum support price to the farmers. Instead, it will enhance reasonably as and when it is required. BJP manifesto also focuses on the allied sectors of agriculture like fisheries, and it also focuses on MSME sector, micro, small, medium enterprise, Vishwakarma, the scheme we have seen earlier. It reiterates that the employment generation in these sectors is going to be its concern. The criticism of Congress notwithstanding, BJP once again assures that it is going to make India third largest economy in the world, and its assurance Virasat and Vikas, heritage and development, developing religious and cultural sites, holistic development of Ayodhya, corruption-free government, uniform civil code, and then one nation, one election. These are the things which BJP has been working on and has been promising. Again, it has reiterated to hasten the process of implementation of these programs and policies of BJP if it comes into power. This was in a nutshell BJP's manifesto. So we need to thoroughly understand these guarantees and how they are actually going to help us. So we should make a choice, vote for that party which will perform relatively better in the area of poverty eradication, education, health, human rights, unity and integrity of the country. But we have to vote. Thank you very much for so patiently watching this video. Please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done it already. It is free, but it greatly encourages me to get to you more videos of this type. Thank you.